Breaking news. Saudi Arabia has promised to rebuild the mosque that was burnt down by the youth in Afikpo in Ebonyi State. That's number one. Number two, they want to sponsor 50 Ebonyi youths to Mecca. What are your opinions about that? The Islamic incursion in Ebonyi State. Should Igbos be afraid?
Igbo man is not afraid because we believe in God. 50 people they are sponsoring into Mecca. They should increase it to 1 million people. We don't care. If Saudi Arabia put gold down again, we are going to bring it down. We are the Igbos. We don't allow Islamization on our land. Listen to me. I am an Igbo man. My father would never have allowed Islam. I am a father now. I will never, ever allow Islam for my children, for my land, for my kinsmen.
But there's freedom of worship, if I'm right.
Then let the Fulani become Christian too now. Freedom of worship is not for the Fulani. They are forcing you into their own. You as a Christian, you are saying there's a freedom of worship. There isn't anything like freedom of worship where Fulanis are. So there shouldn't be anything like freedom of worship where Igbo man is. Anybody that is coming with Fulani Islam in southeastern Nigeria, I'm sorry for that person because it can never be. It can be. They are playing games. In fact, they are using games on us and they can never actually succeed. So it is a must that Igbo man, right from onset, we are Christians, we are Judaists, and that is what has come to be. Saudi Arabia, Iran joined together with Kuwait, UAE, Iraq, can never convert Igbo man to Muslim. What they are doing in Igbo land is just skeletal. I know that God, Chukwokika Biamma, God of Abraham, can never allow it.
But if you say they cannot allow it, after the Fulani S-men, but they say they are just S-men, after they killed the villagers in Ebonyi State, even the state government said it's not Fulani S-men, it is villagers. But then they announced 500 million naira money for Muslims to go to Mecca. Even in the same Ebonyi State, can a Kano state government give Christians money to go to Jerusalem?
Let me tell you, I don't think they give Christians any money to go to Jerusalem. The Nwafulu regime is a mad regime, a regime of psychophancy. Now, people died in that community. The victims, the family of the victims, they have not received any compensation. And the federal government of Nigeria is even keeping mum over that attack, which actually indicates that those Igbo men, Igbo axis of Ebonyi State that are turning themselves to Muslims, they are all Malu, pigs and warthogs. They are all wild animals. The community destroyed, set ablaze, alive the inhabitants, the people of that community could not receive 10 kobo, a dime, $1. And Saudi Arabia is budgeting dollars in millions to rebuild mosque. So mosque is better than human life that God has created. Mosque is now more valuable regarded than human life that God has created. That will show you the level of distance the Arab has gone to counter Christianity in 630 AD. The Arab was aggrieved that Jesus Christ died and his followers, his faith, his soul, his salvation still growing rapidly across the earth. They now come out with Islam using Muhammad as a bait that he discovered Quran inside cave. See, let me tell you, Saudi Arabia themselves, they have not found their bearings. They have not found themselves. They have lost their sanity. If they could budget out dollars to rebuild mosque, what about the lives of the Igbos lost in that community? If you tell me, I tell you that these people are mad, religiously mad people. Radicalizing religion or Islam does not do any man any good, but harms, various harms. It can't happen in America, it can't happen in Ghana. It's because you have useless people at the axis of Enugu and Ebonyi, useless Igbos. That's why this kind of nonsense is happening there. I tell you, come what may, Nwafulu will pay, if not physically, spiritually.
But Mr. Ram, saying if not physically, spiritually, okay, let me allow you to take water, but let me be asking the question. We've seen, for example, an Igbo man became the chief imam, Eliasu, from the eastern part of Nigeria. Like I ask, you are saying Igbos are not Muslim, but Igbos are becoming chief imam. They are building the biggest mosque in Igbo land. What is your opinion about that?
My opinion about that is that mosque is mosque. If they build a magnificent, a mosque that can contain 200 million, do you know the dimension of such mosque? Such mosque can be over, let's say, take a portion of, let me say, 325,000, let me say, square meters. And when you finish constructing this magnificent edifice in the southeastern Nigeria, how many attendants is it going to register per Friday worship service? That is the real statistics one should put into consideration. And this has actually gone far to explain the kind of people the Igbo man is. That mosque cannot take up to 100 Muslims. Mark my word. And with time, someone is coming. Yes, a true child of God as a governor. That mosque will go down. Mark my word.
But Mr. Raf, are you not afraid that the leadership process in the eastern part of Nigeria is becoming worse? The kind of governors that are turning out, to senators that cannot even speak to the release of Nnamdi Kanu. And it seems that only Nnamdi Kanu is the one that have the interest of the Igbos at heart. What kind of governors or your politicians are coming from the southeastern part of Nigeria?
Those are people that are errand boys to the Fulani hegemonies, and you can see their beliefs, you can see their philosopher, you can see what they stand for. They are not there for the benefit or goodness of, Igbo man. They are there for their personal interest and pockets, minding all their wives and children. They turn their back on Igbo man. These are selfish Igbos. You have, Igbos that have good interests, good advantages, good, incentives and packages and provisions for Igbo man. They are in the southeast in their large numbers. So I tell you that the bad ones are smaller than the good ones. That is the kind of nationality I find myself or I come from. The good Igbos are in their large number, larger, far larger than the bad ones. The bad ones that are buying into Islam, the bad ones that are buying into the caliphate of Sokoto, they are all greedy Igbos, and very soon they are going to fizzle out. Don't worry about Iliasu, the imam of the Central Mosque, Abuja. He is a drunkard, he's intoxicated. I don't think he is in his right senses. When time comes, you will actually know where I am going. Because Iliasu, Ejiranya, the person that impregnated his mother is not 100% Igbo man. Go and do your findings. I'm speaking from the heart. I am from Anambra State. We are the progenitors of the Igbo race. I am from Eriango, Operi, Umeri, Aguleri. That's where I come from. Nando. We are the progenitors of the Igbos. Comfort me, within a short period, the Igbo man that is hungry to be Muslim, that is very, very enthusiastic of being or becoming Muslim, will fizzle out. They will never be again.
Okay, thanks so much for coming and notifications, like and then drop your comment on this particular video. Mr. Raf, what do you think? Do you think that Tinubu may succumb to the pressure from the north, or he may release Nnamdi Kanu?
Anyway, if someone says that this is what is coming from the angle of the north, I will even buttress my point against that. Ask me why. Because the north we are talking about is largely Hausas. Hausa did not say that. It is the opinion of the Hausas that Nnamdi Kanu is let off the hook. And the angle Nnamdi Kanu is going is agitation for Biafra. That was where he goes currently and where he was going in the past when he was apprehended by the Nigerian sponsored Interpol at Nairobi Airport, Kenya. The people that are agitating for Nnamdi Kanu's ordeal today, for Nnamdi Kanu to remain incarcerated, are not the north in entirety, but strangers who invaded the north 200 years ago, some 200 years ago, their forefathers expanded the Fulani conquest from Fulani West, which is Sokoto, to Fulani from Northwest, which is Sokoto, to North Central, which is Kano, from Kano to Northeast, which is Borno State, down to Northern Cameroon, which is Adamawa, Bauchi, and so on and so forth. These people, their common aim is to grab, invade, intrusion into somebody's land, into the region of Mid-Belt, Northern Nigeria, Mid-Belt. On their way to Southeastern Nigeria, Mr. Fear abruptly stopped them. Who is the Mr. Fear I'm talking about? He was a royal father, the paramount royal father we had in Nigeria then, not now. That we have royal father, even people that are grabbing, some kings that are grabbing, stealing people's wife. They say they are royal father. No, this was a man, the paramount royal father in Nigeria then. He was Ata of a gala. Yes, of in the olden days, I'm talking about 1804. When this Fulani forefather, great-grandfather, Ottoman and Fodio, was at least spreading his Islamization tentacles towards southeastern Nigeria, Ata of Igala apprehended him and did what? Beheaded him. Because Ottoman and Fodio was the one that caused Nigeria this pain, this trouble we are passing through today. The Fulani man is an incurable disease. Fulani man is like a boy in between two testes. When both are dangling, the man cries. Fulani started their conquest of the north in 18th century and they actually succeeded. Until 18th century, 1804, they spread from there north to the axis of Ilorin, Kwara State, confronted Afonja. They seized Afonja with beautiful wife. As if beautiful wife was not enough, then they seized Afonja again with big malu, that is cows. F1, with meat. Afonja as a hospitable Oba of Yoruba land. He showed the Fulanis, Ottoman and Fodio, hospitality. They lived together, they died together, until when the time was ripe enough. Afonja was asleep when Ottoman and Fodio struck at night, disaliving all the royal guards on the palace of Afonja in Ilorin, Kwara State. Disalived all of them, by all the royal guard, and what? Crept into Afonja's bedroom and did what? Beheaded the amiable paramount Oba of Ilorin. May his soul rest in peace. That was how Fulani, infiltrated the axis of Kwara Ilorin with Islam until date. The Ilorin people are highly radicalized Muslims. Radicalized Muslims. Because that was where Ottoman Fodio set his foot first when he invaded southwestern Nigeria. He forced people into Islam, and today they became Muslim. As if that was not enough, Sadana of Sokoto, Sultan of Sokoto, all of them, they are now questioning the credibility of Ilorin Christians, that they shouldn't be there practicing Christianity, that they should join them practicing Islam, which is the reason why we are going towards the angle of Islamization of southwestern Nigeria, because the Sokoto Caliphate are asking the West, for what instituting Sharia court in the southwest, every angle of southwest, Sharia court every here and there. And it's very, very difficult for Yoruba to accept it, because here is a multi-religious nation. You have multi-religion here, traditional worship, they are there. Pagans, they are there. Christians, they are here. So you are trying to convert everybody to Muslims. Is that attainable? So now it is impossible. Everybody has rights to follow, to practice any religion he deems fit.
So, Mr. Raf, are you not afraid that our president may fall for that threat coming from the Fulanis in not releasing Nnamdi Kanu?
Anyway, let me tell you, we the Igbos, we are not even looking at that angle. we are not. It's not moving out anything because we know that Kanu is free. Kanu has been set free. Federal government of Nigeria under Tinubu is holding Kanu hostage. And again, you asking me, Tinubu, if he could succumb to Fulani. If he succumbs to Fulani, it means weakness on his side. It means he's not totally in charge. And this is a shameful thing to tell people that you are a president and some persons are controlling you. Your administration is under tutelage. Fulani, under the Fulani tutelage. So to me, it is not correct and it's not going to happen. If Tinubu has infantry, the dynamism to do anything, he can do. I think he can do that. Not minding what the Fulanis are doing. I don't even understand. So it cannot work. Do you hear me? It can work.
If you say that it cannot work, Afenifere has called for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Even some middleweight people are calling for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Why does the Fulani seems to be the only stumbling block to the release of Nnamdi Kanu?
Afenifere, the Ayobas in the southern Nigeria, I don't see them radicalized. Afenifere is made up of Christians, traditional worshippers, pagans, you know. If you ask me, Afenifere, they are scarcely Muslims. They are largely traditional worshippers and Christians. So I don't see Afenifere nursing any pain against Igbo man. Igbo man is for Biafra, Afenifere man is for Dudua. The same cause that Igbo man is fighting is the same thing Odudua is fighting. Though there is a bit skirmish difference between Odudua and Chineko Kikabiama. Because we worship direct, because Abraham worships him. The two people are referring your own with all manners of, Osisi Atulatu and other things. So what I'm trying to say is, Afenifere, they have the feelings that the Igbo man is having right now, that everybody should go home and settle well in his region. Afenifere can never actually reason like that of the people, the Fulanis from the Sahel country of West Africa. They are radicalized Muslims, I mean the Fulanis, while the mild-hearted Negroid people, at least inhabiting, living the Bini Coast, let me say Bini Coast, are the Yorubas. So they will have no reason to behave otherwise. The way the Fulanis are behaving, we will never actually, compare it to Yoruba's behavior, because the Fulanis are radicalized Muslims. Because they are radicalized, they are very, very hot and barbaric in nature. I mean the Fulanis. So that's why Afenifere has come out with the solution that Nnamdi Kanu should go his way. And that is exactly how it should be. We are the Igbos and we have gone our own separate ways, come what may. Whatever anybody is saying, it concerns the person. Biafra has been declared in Finland, and gradually Biafra is coming to be.
Do you agree that, just 10 seconds, speak on this, do you agree that the Igbos have left Nigeria spiritually, that they're just being forced to stay?
He said 10 seconds. 10 seconds cannot be okay for me. I want to be very, straight forward. Igbos physically and spiritually are no longer here. Because the reason why I put physically there is that if you see the level of development living from southwest into southeastern Nigeria, you will actually know that physically we are not here anymore. But what we have here are just skeletal, businesses and other establishment or platform from where we realize money. We are no longer here. Then when you talk about spiritual exodus of the Igbos from Nigeria, it has been actually prevaricated, cemented, and the perfected that spiritually